Subscription Pricing Guide Part 1. Over the next few posts, we're going to give you a step-by-step guide to subscription pricing. We're going to break down subscription pricing packages and why they can make a drastic difference in your firm cash flow for 2021. So the last 3 years have really been one of the most challenging spans of time this industry has ever experienced. First, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was the largest change to tax legislation in decades. And now the CARES Act has created a fire hose of new needs for business clients. And I'm very proud to see that the owners of small tax and accounting firms are doing their best to help clients during this period. We're seeing it right now all over the country, firms diving in and doing what they can. But there's one huge aspect of these challenges many small firms still haven't fully addressed yet. And that's how your pricing should be adjusted to align with today's new environment. Right now, you're being forced to answer more questions than ever from clients. You have to work harder to explain how stimulus strategies could affect their tax picture. You're doing additional planning and projections to improve client outcomes wherever you can. And you're having to invest in additional training just to do your job. Add to that, simple 1040 tax returns are moving to self-prepared at the highest rate ever, so most firms will need a way to eventually replace that revenue. So if you haven't thought about or updated your pricing structure to account for all this, then the core revenue model in your practice might not hold up in the near future. So how do you successfully adjust your pricing to align with today's environment and all the after effects that today's environment is going to have, without losing revenue, without alienating clients, or without going and solving it yourself? Well, for most firms, the best approach is starting with getting paid for all the help you're currently giving away for free. And the easiest way to do that in many cases is by adding a subscription model where clients pay you automatically once per month from their credit card or their checking account. Now, subscription-based pricing packages have been around for decades in other industries, and the tax and accounting space has embraced this model as firms experience the benefits. However, it's not for every practice. And because it is a newer pricing model in this industry compared to traditional hourly and per form billing, you may not be sure if it would be a good fit for you. But the good news is identifying if adding a subscription model to your pricing menu would be beneficial can be easily done if you focus on the right analysis. So here's the key takeaway from part 1 of this guide. Subscription pricing should be a profitable add-on to your current pricing menu. It should not be an all or nothing switch. When many firms think of the subscription pricing model, they believe that it's going to replace all other pricing options that they offer clients. And data shows this is not true. And in fact, trying to switch your pricing model with every client at once leads to poor results. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the coming sections of this guide. Your pricing menu, the options that you offer clients for engaging with your firm and paying for your services, should have options that align with the needs of the specific types of clients that you serve. So just like a doctor doesn't only use a single treatment method for all patients, sometimes they may use drug therapy, sometimes they may recommend surgery, sometimes they may try physical therapy with diet control. They have all different tools that they can use for treatment. Same thing with you and your clients. You don't deliver the exact same value to every client. Some of your clients need a simple 1040 prepared and filed. Some of your clients need complex business strategy planning. Others may need help with IRS resolution or setting up their accounting. So your pricing menu should allow you to align your pricing strategy with the needs of the type of client that you work with. And there are pros and cons to every pricing strategy. So your job as the owner of a firm is really to identify when you should use a subscription pricing model and how to do it successfully if you do choose to add it as an additional option to your pricing menu. By adding a subscription pricing option to your menu, you automatically cover the value that normally slips through the cracks in your client relationships. And we think that we'll upcharge the client the next tax return when we spend 3 hours with them in the summertime, but you get busy and you get stressed. And so, by the time next March rolls around, you rarely upcharge that return. So value normally and naturally seeps through the cracks in the client relationship when you're working with a client all year round. Also, by adding a subscription pricing option, you can focus on helping the client achieve better strategic results without feeling like you need to track every minute of time you spend on their work. And lastly, it increases client happiness because the client can agree to a monthly price. You don't have to send them a great big bill once a year, and they know that they've already budgeted for the help they really want above and beyond filing their taxes because that's included in whatever subscription fee they agree to. So you should still utilize other pricing options on your menu, but then they need to align with the value that you're delivering and the results that that specific client is trying to achieve. So let's look at some of the other traditional type of billing models. You should still have hourly engagements or hourly retainers as part of your offering because this pricing option allows you to align client needs when you've never seen the client situation before, so you can't predict the steps and the time and the results that are needed to really deliver a desired outcome for a specific engagement. So if you don't know how specifically to do something, that would be the perfect time to bring in an hourly engagement. But the downfall of this pricing option is it puts you in a naturally adversarial position with the client. The client wants you to work as quickly as you can, so their bill is the lowest, but then you need as much time as possible to deliver the best results. So we still have an hourly engagement or retainer option on the menu. We just have to make sure it aligns with the right circumstance. Same thing with fixed fee and upfront billing. So instead of charging the client a monthly subscription, we charge them for all their work upfront in one specific bill. This pricing option aligns with clients that have a very specific need that you've seen 1,000 times before, so you know exactly what steps need to happen, in what order, and how much time it's going to take. So because it's a very finite project, you understand all components of it, that's when it may make sense to have a fixed fee or upfront billing. So for example, helping a new client set up their business on QBO or getting their LLC or their corporation filed with the state. Because you're completely familiar with this process, you can charge an upfront fixed fee and you'll know that you can solve the client's needs and still make a profit. The downfall with this pricing option is obviously scope creep. You and the client agree to a fixed price, but unaccounted for variables then cause you to spend more time or give away more value than originally you estimated. This is why strategic work, planning work with clients, is best set up on a subscription model because it allows you to continue to get paid for your value regardless of what strategies need to be implemented at what times. So by using a pricing menu that has all three options, hourly retainers, fixed fee and upfront billing, plus monthly subscription packages, you're giving yourself the best odds to help clients and still protect your profits in today's challenging environment. So, should you add a new subscription pricing option to your menu? Well, check out part 2 of the subscription pricing guide to find out. We'll deep dive into how to analyze your practice, what you need to look at inside of your practice so that you can identify a concrete answer. And P.S., if you are ready to jumpstart your firm's pricing packages right away, you can register for our free course, How to Launch Pricing Packages That Really Work. We'll see you in the next post.